Tutorial for the 3D pen video. It's important to remember that 3D pens are really expensive, the filament that's inside. So make sure that you are learning, but that you're not repeating your learning. Save the filament for your actual art project. You're going to want to go ahead and label in your sketchbook a page as 3D pens. You will then want to glue stick down a sheet of newsprint, because newsprint allows the 3D pen material to stick a lot better. And then don't forget to watch the speed. The faster your speed is coming out, the harder it is to work three-dimensional. The slower your speed is, the more you can create structures that stand up. See those? And then if you want to pause your video, this is your list of can and cannot do that you will see here shortly. Make sure you are creating with the video.
Today we're going to take a look at using a 3D pen, so I'm going to be showing you the basic parts of the pen and some simple techniques to get you started. The big thing with this is just give it a try and explore, and do try and repeat some of the simple steps just so you can get familiar with the pen. Okay, so to get started, there is a manual inside most of the boxes. It does give you a breakdown of the parts on the pen, which we're going to go over, as well as some advice for troubleshooting. So what happens if the plastic stops coming out of my gun, or what happens if it's making a weird popping sound. You can find this information here. Okay, so let's just adjust the screen here and we will get going. Okay, so on the pen, these are the load buttons. This one is the speed control. You can adjust how fast or slow the plastic comes out. The display displays the temperature and also gives you your indicator lights. The nozzle is what heats up, so just like a glue gun, it is very hot, so do not touch with your bare hands. Also, do not touch the plastic with your fingers, as it will be hot when it comes out. And please do not leave this touching any material. So if I'm done for the day, I don't want to leave this so that it's touching a material. In the back, you're going to see two ports. One is for the power and one is for loading and removing the plastic. So first thing you wish to do is plug this in and you will see the display light up. It will say ABS on here. That's the type of plastic we're using. You need to press one of the load buttons, and when you do, you'll see that a little red light comes on and numbers. The numbers is the temperature increasing. So when this gun is ready to go, it'll give you a green light, and it's going to be around 230 or a little higher. As soon as you get that green light, you can load your color of plastic. And what you do is you will just take the plastic, put it into the port, and press the feed button. And you can hear the plastic feeding in, and it will start to come out the tip of the nozzle. Now, if there happens to be a different color in the gun, it will change and feed that color through. So you will get something that looks a little like this. So there was white already in the gun, and then the purple started coming out. That's okay, you can just let that feed, and then you can use your little spatula tool to get that off the gun. So I'm going to go ahead and show a few basic techniques using the orange here because it shows up a little bit better. So I'm going to wait for my green light, and as soon as that's there, I will go ahead and start. So you need to touch the pen, make a little dab, and then pull the pen. Release the load button whenever you're done. Again, I'm going to touch, press the load, make a dab, pull across, and release whenever I am done. That will make a thin line. The thin is because I'm moving quickly. If you wish to make a thicker line, you would go slower with the material. You can also start the next line right up against, and since this is hot plastic, it of course is going to stick together. So just like you would with a hot glue gun. So you can get some line variation. You can also do really sharp lines. You can do curves. You can do circles. The most important thing to point out is I am barely touching the paper. I'm not pressing hard, but also I am not so light that I'm not making contact with the paper. So if I have my gun too light and I'm not really pressing down, it's not sticking and it's not doing what I want. Now I can make coils by doing just a very small circular motion. You can also start with a dab and you can lift this up. So a small dab and lift up. For this, I'm going to hold it for a few seconds for the glue to cool down, and when that does, it should be standing when I'm done. You can also start to make like a small ball with this. Now you want to try and form the shape while it's still cool enough to move, but not too warm to burn your fingers. So if you're trying to make a ball, you may want to get some pliers. And then once you have that shape, you can add to it. And there we have. The last thing to show you is that when you are done, or if you need to change out a color, you would hit the reverse load, and it's going to start to feed that color out the back. So if you were swapping out and putting another color in when this is done, you would just load it as you did before, put the new color in, and you're good to go. If not, and you're done for the day, you just unplug, let this cool down before putting it away, and then store it and put it away. So there's some basic techniques to get you started. If you have any questions, please let us know. And other than that, just have fun playing around.